And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. Hello, everyone. With Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. You'll be hearing from our Hall of Famer on the sideline, David Aldridge. In a blazing start to the new season, we look at the updated power ranking. Some teams are hot and some teams aren't. They've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
And you know, right now for the visiting team, they were obviously hoping to start out better. Still, too soon to panic. But lately they've had very little luck and seem to be trending in the wrong direction.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Jay out there with Mr. Clutch. Then there's Champ. Then it's T. And it's T in at the 3. And for Washington, McDaniels is out there with Carter. Then there's Buckets. Then it's Green. And it's Stewart in at the 5 spot. Talk about rookies getting early playing time these days. Were you counted on much your first season? You had a terrific rookie year, obviously, but I'm guessing you did. You were counted on early.
Yeah, you know, for the high draft picks, you're usually going to go to a team that really needs your help. I was just blessed that I had great veterans, Hall of Fame veterans. When you look at guys like Chris Mullin, how about that? I was able to watch him practice and work and take care of his body. Latrell Sprewell, Billy Owens, all the great players, Avery Johnson. So I was counted on to do a lot. But those guys helped me do a lot, and they pumped confidence into me. I was able to steal their style, their work ethic. They showed me the ropes the right way, and I couldn't have been blessed with any better veterans for me to start off my career with.
Here's McDaniels. Five to shoot. Washington needs to get a shot off here. Here's Stewart. That one off the back iron and out. T, defended by Carter. Stripped it away. Pass to Stewart. No good that time.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Yeah, Greg, that's just great defense, forcing his man into a difficult attempt.
Washington with the ball. Green passes to Carter. Here's Insanity. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. This is his first free throw of the game. That free throw missing. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. No good from Clark. Still tied up as both these teams look for a breakthrough. Stolen. Ramsey defended by Carter. And there's the pass to Ramsey. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. Second free throw, no good. McDaniels passes to Stewart, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Oh, about time. Starting to wonder a bit if they were ever going to knock a shot down. Trying to find some answers offensively.
Some bad shot selection as well as some bad luck. I mean, that's not going to help you score points.
While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition team.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better. They would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes.
The visitors with the ball. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them.
Bad outing offensively. You break that game down, their issues were pretty clear.
Well, there's too many empty possessions. I mean, they struggle to keep any kind of momentum.
And he makes that one. Insanity's got his second basket of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you got to bring much faster help than that.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Here's Ramsey.
Their focus next trip has to be getting a high-quality shot. I mean, they don't want to start the game 0 for 5.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going. And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Passes to Ramsey. He kicks to Clark. Pass to T. Clock at 4. From 12 feet out. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Carter. Stewart passes to Green. Here's Insanity. Another one falls for Washington.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
Yeah, trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, they have to regroup and revisit their strategy at the defensive end.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Green. Mr. Clutch, it's deflected. And here we go. Washington fast break. A shot by McDaniels, no good. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's T. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Well, now that they have that monkey off their back, hopefully they can settle down and execute.
Here's McDaniels, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the inside, T. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
Pass to McDaniels. With the teardrop, it's Clark with the rebound.
Even right at the rim. I mean, that's a tough shot for him. The D has him blanketed.
T, the pass to Mr. Clutch. It's tipped. Outside, Green. Stewart passes to McDaniels. From 10 feet out, that one's not going to go. To the paint. Here's T. That one doesn't go. And it's Washington the other way.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
And when they kept getting all those gifts, they took advantage. Turnovers don't mean anything unless you turn them into points.
Buckets. He's checked in for Washington. Green taking his time here for three. McDaniels dishes to Carter. Battle. Edwards defending. Just 5 to shoot. Out to the wing. Tries again. Carter with the bucket.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Here's Mr. Clutch. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. It's blocked. Outside, Green. Here's McDaniels. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The creation of the super teams, Chris, is enough being done to ensure a competitive balance in the NBA.
I think so. I think that every year you're going to have to evolve in trying to do enough and to see what happened the previous year. But yeah, and the fact remains, though, Kevin, is, you know, I like working with you. You're my friend. I would go work with you. And in basketball, you want to go play with your friends.
Same
so
stuff, yeah.
How do you stop that?
Right.
I don't know. When guys get to hang out in the summer and say, wouldn't it be cool if we got to play together, our kids would play together, and we could win one? That's going to be hard to deter. So I just think it's about how strong the will of the friends are, and more importantly, what is the league doing to kind of not necessarily give as much incentive to do that, but I think the league is doing a great job staying proactive, giving guys a lot of incentive, a lot of reason, a lot of dinero to stay at home with the team.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
The pass to Edwards. He feeds it to Smith. He's off on that one.
I mean, he struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being an elite player.
And that one's good. Green.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Mr. Fundamentals passes to Smith. Here's Clark. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And so out of bounds it goes. And they retain possession. And Washington making a change here. Brooks checked in. Stolen by Brooks. And here we go. Washington fast break. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Smith. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Washington leading now by 9. Here's Brooks. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It seems like some teams have been in rebuild mode for a long time. Is there a point at which the league should step in and maybe, I don't know, take over or give them guidance?
You know, I really do. And not because it's necessarily the fault of the team, because, it's tough to win a championship. But to be a perennial bottom dweller, basement dweller, it's not good for the fans. And fans like myself, every year comes the first game, we think, hey, we could win a championship, we could do it. But, you know, our thought process is not based in knowledge. It's just based in our hope and will for the team. So you definitely want to keep teams straight. You want to keep them honest. And I think the league could find a way to step in but not step on the toes of ownership.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Here's Clark. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Knocks it loose. Here's Edwards. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Even a blind squirrel finds an acorn once in a while, right? I did not think that was going on.
Pass to Stewart. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, you can't blame the ref for making that call at all. The defense in general is already at such a disadvantage as it is.
Here's Mr. Fundamentals. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. McDaniels, he's checked in for insanity. Good on the second free throw. And Washington has possession. 6-point lead. Pass to McDaniels. That one, no good.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. 1 shot. Find the lanes. Find the lanes. 1 shot.
And that one misses. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Huskies. 4-point game. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And while we've got this moment here now, let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
No good on the free throw. He doesn't get the second one. An alarming 21% to get things going here. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
2 shots. Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
Absolutely stone cold at the line thus far.
No luck that time either. The Huskies leading by 4. Green with the ball. He had 13 points in the win again.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Here's Mr. Fundamentals following the bucket by the Huskies. Inside. Here's Smith. Oh, Oh, that's blocked. 3-on-3. Here's McDaniels. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Mr. Fundamentals passes to Clark. Now here's Edwards. Defense right on him. Back to Clark. Now the pass to Mr. Fundamentals. Shot clock at 3. From deep 3-point range. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2. Green left side. It's stolen by Edwards. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Washington in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And what do you guys think about the Huskies here in this one?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Showing no mercy right now. The shooters look frustrated seeing so many of their shots get stifled.
Washington leading now by 8. They've got Mr. Fundamentals. Smith is out there with Clark. Then there's Edwards. Outside, Green. From 10 feet out, and that's good for 2. Green's got 8.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Mr. Fundamentals. And he banks in the layup.
Oh, forget about 3-pointers. Give me a look from right in tight. I'll take it all day long.
Now, here's Green. He's guarded closely. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Just when it comes to offensive rebounding, who does the best job of creating second chance opportunities now?
Oh, it's 2 names. Andre Drummond, Steven Adams. And the toughest part about it is, as a defender, you don't only have to worry about guarding your man, going over and helping, but then you have to worry about guys that are just hanging out in the rebound painted area, just waiting for their turn. And so it takes the wind out of you, it tires you out, but also your mental focus that game is all over the place because no matter what you're doing, you always have to come back to the thought, oh no, now box out because this guy's a beast on the boards.
T's checked in for Clark. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Hitting a rough 22% so far in this one. Here's T. Green with the block. And they get it back. Smith the pass to T. Shot clock at 6. And it's slammed in by Smith.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right. They needed that. And I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. Buckets. He's checked in for Washington. And he sinks the second. And so Green will bring it up for Washington. They've led by as much as 10. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Three-pointer. And again, Washington, no good. Gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
VA, great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. And he knocks down the first one. And Washington making a change here. Carter's checked in. And both free throws good for Green.
Oh, he's never rattled at the stripe. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Down low. And it's blocked. Off with the layup. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. While the NBA is entertainment, you know, Chris, it also can have a very social impact in a positive ways. Guys like Kyle Korver have spoken out. The Jazz took action last season. Chris, how do you feel the league has responded to issues like discrimination?
Well, I think the league has done a wonderful job, better than any league. First of all, we acknowledge it. We don't just throw it under the rug and say there's no problem here. And that may be the toughest, to be able to acknowledge that. And then secondly, to make quick sweeping decisions, I think has also been awesome too. But I don't think any league in the history of sports has had more players speak up for issues in society than ours. Let's go back to Bill Russell and others, the way that they started the game and came in. We have to love it, and I love the fact that the league is not scared of the narrative, and we work together. And by the way, that Kyle Korver article was so awesome. It was so vulnerable for him to write that. And when you have players like that, no matter what color, that are selfless to speak out to make society better, then it's not just good for the game, but it's great for all of us. So kudos to Kyle, the Jazz, and everyone doing all they can do to make things better for everyone.
Absolutely. For Washington, they have had an off night from the stripe tonight.
Definitely an area where they can improve. Only 73% as a team from the line last year.
He's off on the first.
This has become a theme for these guys. Way too many missed chances at the line.
Stewart's checked in for McDaniels. That one misses. Gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Passes it to T. To the middle. The jump hook. Pass to Mr. Clutch. The fader. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against one make. Now here's Green. Defense is right there. Buckets passes to Green. And the rejection by Smith.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
And the pass to Stewart. Back to Brooks. Kicks it to Carter. Passes it to Stewart. Missed it, shooting 50% at 3 for 6. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Ramsey. The shot missing. Nice D from Brooks. Fast break. Here we go. Pass to Buckets. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. This is his first free throw of the game. That one is off. And he ends up missing both free throws. And it's Smith penetrating on Thursday and then on Wednesday.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
And he has been grinding away to get himself to the line. It hasn't always turned into points, but he's doing a lot of the dirty work for them.
No good on the second free throw.
And the charity stripe once again proving to be the Achilles heel for him. His free throws have been way off the mark.
Outside, Green. No good.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
There's the pass to Ramsey. Here's T, and it's sent back by Carter. Green left side, and then Carter with the dunk.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
To the wing right side. They need this one. No good. Shot missing.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Tipped away. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. The Huskies leading by 11. Here's wow, hammering it in.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Here's Ramsey, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Yeah, easy call.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Shooting two.
That free throw, no good. Washington making some changes. Right, he's checked in for Brooks. And it's Buckets in for Green. He hits the second from the line. The Huskies leading by 12. Buckets passes to Banner. That's tipped. Here's Ramsey. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
Carter against Smith. Carter down low. Passes it to Banner. 6 to shoot. Pass to Buckets from downtown, and the three ball is good. Buckets got the lead up to 13 now for the Huskies.
Maybe he's not a priority for the D, but come on, man. Gotta have somebody keeping track of him.
Here's Ramsey on the money from 12 feet away. Jay's got 5. For Washington, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Battle passes to Stewart. And he uses the glass on the layup. Buckets got 5 points now this quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Pass to Clark. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
And that one misses.
And just doing a much better job of getting to the line this quarter than he did in the first.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him. The Huskies leading by 13. Here's Carter. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And it's blocked.
He's gone off the rails this quarter. And it's a bad time to do it. I mean, when they're needing to fight from behind.
Now here is Carter. Here's Buckets. And the space there, but it's offline. Hitting just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is suffering. Clark. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Clark. Daniels, he's checked in for Washington. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. The Huskies leading by 12. Carter outside. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. On the free throw, no good. Being a rough 22% so far in this one. 58 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Smith kicks to Edwards. And stolen by Wright. Out in his own on the break. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, what a nice play. Just a coast-to-coaster by himself off of that steal.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And that one misses. Being just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is suffering. No good from Clark. The Huskies on offense. They're on a 17-7 run. It's blocked, and he recovers it. Battle. Edwards defending. The pass to Stewart. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Battle. Shot clock reset for Washington. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Passes to Wright. Picked him clean. With 1 on the clock. And so it's Washington with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll return shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Well, for Washington, Kenny, what do you think?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Q, he's been playing really well.
Well, he was putting on a passing clinic in that first half, set up a lot of their mates.
Yeah, Jay, he was very creative in how he orchestrated the offense.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Huskies, they've got McDaniels. Green is out there with buckets. Then there's Carter, and it's Stewart in at the 5 down low. For Washington, they have had an off night from the stripe tonight.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
And the free throw, no good. T, the pass to Clark. And it's sent back by Carter. Outside, Green. It's Clark with the rebound. Clark's got 11 rebounds in the game. T, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop.
He's off on the first. He's off on the second. The Huskies leading by 18. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Takes the 13-footer. Huskies with the rebound. Insanity's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. No good with the layup. To the paint, here's Clark, and it's Clark with the jam.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Now, here's Green. He's got 10. Buckets passes to Stewart. Count that one. The Insanity's got 10 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the time.
Here's Clark. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Mr. Clutch. They grab their own miss. A second chance effort. Rebound, Washington.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5. Yeah, the defender all over him.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
For Washington, they have had an off night from the stripe tonight.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. So he comes up empty, missing both. Gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Here's T. And rebounded by McDaniels. Washington leading now by 18. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
For Washington, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Washington, they have had an off night from the stripe tonight.
Shooting 2.
That one is off. The Huskies making a switch here. Brooks checked in. And he can't hit the second. To the inside. And Clark slams it in.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now here's Green. 10 points for him. The pass to Stewart. Poked away. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Feeds to Clark. Pass to T. Fires for 3. Huskies with the rebound. Brooks has got his 6th rebound on the night.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Green passes to Brooks. Here's Insanity. Pass to McDaniels. And it's blocked. But they'll get another chance. Again, the miss by the Huskies.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you're exactly right. I mean, that's the kind of shot you're trying to work for at the offensive end.
Outside, Green. Now the pass to Buckets. Unable to get that one. And pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Clark, he blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
Right, he's checked in for Washington. Buckets comes in for Buckets. Passes it to Mr. Clutch. It's stolen by Green. And it's blocked. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. T's checked in for Silk. Here's Stewart. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. That's 12 points for Insanity.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Cuts off the pass. Here's Brooks. It's Clark with the rebound.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
And it's the Huskies on the break. Here's Wright, and it's denied. T, the pass to Mr. Clutch. Clock at 6. Great T that time from Green. And so Green will bring it up for Washington. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Pass to Brooks. From 6 away. That's good on the jump shot. And the Huskies lead by 20.
Oh, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
Here's Mr. Fundamentals. It's blocked. And here is Green. Looking to end his cold spell, and it's blocked. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Wright, left side. Nailed from three-point land. Wright's got 5 points so far.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
And the pass to Mr. Fundamentals. Here's Clark. Inside. Here's T. Again with the block. And that's 9 blocks.
You know he's going to be coming hard for that 10th, too.
That one falls. 14 points for Insanity.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
They have a very long way to go to get within sight of the lead.
And from what we've seen so far, guys, don't hold your breath.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, even a slight movement is going to catch a ref's eye. I mean, they're trained to focus on that.
Now here's Green. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 25. Battle passes to Brooks. T, guarded by Green. Here's T. That one's off, still out of sync.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
For Washington, they have had an off night from the stripe tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
A good sign that he's getting to the line a lot here in the second half, putting pressure on the D.
There's 1:47 left in the third quarter of the game. Edwards passes to T. Shot clock at 6. Green against Smith. A three-pointer off the mark.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answers.
Right, the pass to Stewart. From deep, Green. Good on the triple. Green's got 13 points.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
To the inside. And Washington again with the bucket. Here's Mr. Fundamentals. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Smith outside. Pass to Edwards. Here's Mr. Fundamentals, guarded by Green. Passes to Smith. To end the run. Doesn't go for him. And Washington the other way now. Here's Green. And it's blocked. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. For the Huskies, Thunder comes in for Insanity. And it's Carter in for Green. It's Carter, high post. 6 points for him. Pass to Battle. Shot clock at 5. Over Edwards. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. No good there. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. The Huskies on top, running away with it. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Here's Mr. Fundamentals. Two-time NBA champion Michael Thompson says the arm muscles, Chris, on today's players don't measure up with what they used to be. Is that even important?
You know what? He's right, but I don't know how important that is unless, you know, you just want to bring the gun show to the games and then pull out the arms and the curls and say, check out these muscles. But now I think, you know, it's a lot different. And make no mistake, even though that is a true comment, the players of today are much more athletic than his day and my day. And I think that's because of technology. They understand core strength. They understand dieting. They understand rest. And so many, they're privy to so much information that we didn't have. But, yeah,
take a break.
No more curls. It doesn't seem like there are any more Karl Malone 24-inch pythons, brother, out there in any of these games.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. And there's the pass to Benson. Six on the shot clock. Passes it to Mr. Fundamentals. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Here's Thunder. Plays it up and banks it in.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Mr. Fundamentals. This last season, the Thunder became the final NBA team to reach an agreement for jersey sponsorships. Have you gotten used to seeing those patches on the various jerseys around the league?
You know what, Kevin? I have, and they're not as intrusive as I thought. I was.
Me too.
Man,
I agree.
Yeah, I was so scared of this. I thought it was going to ugly up the jerseys and be bigger than the team logo and things like that. But you know how great this league is when it comes to getting messages out to their fans and promotion. And so we've done a wonderful job. And actually, some I really like how they fit the jersey, how the colors matches, and the history of the company actually. So. No, I think they've done a great job kind of just making sure it just slides in there, not taking away the shine from the team.
Buckets. He's checked in for Buckets. And the second free throw, good. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Here's Thunder. He kicks it to Roberts. Pass to Buckets. 5 on the clock. A shot, no good. Excellent defense there from Smith.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. Good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
The pass to Benson. At the elbow, Smith. Passes it to Benson. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. Cool hands checked in for Mr. Fundamentals. Here's Thunder. See, Webb, the NBA always trying to improve every aspect of the game, and that includes officiating.
Yeah, and it should include officiating, one of the most important parts of the game and one of the toughest jobs within the business of basketball. I mean, these guys are making calls on the fly without the advantage of the camera at home that we have watching through the screen, or without the advantage of slow motion technology. So first of all, kudos to the refs that go out and give it their best every day. We have the best refs in any of sports, I believe, and we still need to improve on that. The league recognizes that, and I love the fact that everybody's doing it together.
Cool hands, passes to Smith. And it's blocked. Another shot. Huskies with the rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Six to shoot. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession.
Yeah, with no defensive pressure at all, you've got to be able to make that exchange.
Big Reds checked in for Washington. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Thunder passes to Buckets. The other day, Chris, I heard Commissioner Adam Silver talking about that it strikes him sometimes how isolated players can be with cell phones and headphones, and those things wouldn't help that. Is it something that you've noticed or that you're concerned about?
You mean with my nephews and nieces and friends that are younger and kids walking across the street looking at their phones and not even looking both ways?
You know, your play-by-play partner, whoever it might be.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You know, Kevin, those are the times. And so I would tell Adam Silver, Mr. Commissioner, yeah, that's a basketball problem. That's a world problem. How are we going to stop any of that? We're here now. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle, Kevin.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Thunder. Pass to Big Red. The shot that time, not on target. Looking to get back on track here. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
No good on that one. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. So many better and different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, that's your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have from some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, you can't blame the ref for making that call at all. The defense in general is already at such a disadvantage as it is.
Here's Thunder. Now the pass to Buckets. Here's Roberts, covered by Smith. A nice shot by Roberts.
Worked that one inside nicely.
And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
And with the likely return of prep to pro prospects, Chris, some have argued for a high school combine to help determine who's ready to make the leap and who isn't.
I'm not really there with the high school combine. I still think that, you still have a level of college or a level of professionalism that can happen after. And I don't believe until you're ready to be evaluated for the pros immediately should you have that combine. Your bodies are still growing. I talked to Jaren Jackson just yesterday, and he told me that he grew 2 inches over last summer. So I think it's a little unfair to judge these guys that early when their bodies and mentality still has a lot of development left.
Wright's gone 2 of 6 here tonight from the field. Cool hands passes to Smith. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. No good on the free throw. And Washington making a change here. Green's checked in. Good on the second free throw. With the G League growing by leaps and bounds, one is now being brought to Mexico City, Chris.
I mean, first of all, let's go back to last season. Did you see how crazy those fans were in Jurassic Park in Toronto?
Yeah, they love it.
Can you imagine Mexico? Oh, my
They'll
God. This would be
believe
great.
it.
Mexico City, yeah. Let's bring everyone in, all the fans. And what I really love is that it's for the home fan base. So when I think of the Toronto Raptors, I think about the city of Toronto. I think about Canada and how it's theirs. And even though we're one league, that team is theirs, and they take that pride on, and it just brings so much more excitement. Can you imagine all the people in Mexico City being excited for their team? Oh, I want to be at one of the first games when that happens because I know the crowd is going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. I want to be there.
Here's Cool Hands, and there's the foul. It's on the waiter. That's foul number 2 for him. Benson, guarded by Green. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Benson.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
Pass to Thunder. From deep. at the live by Washington.
Well, that's made a huge difference in this game, if you ask me. Their offensive rebounding has been sensational.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Yeah, and it's inexcusable. But all too common. Basketball one-on-one. When the shot goes up, put a body on someone.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
Here's Thunder. Dishes to Wright. One negotiating concession the league wants from the Players Union. Prospect attendance, Chris, at the draft combine and team-wide access to player physicals.
Well, this is a tough one because I don't think that a team that is not interested in you should have your physical. And we all know that information is shared, and so it should be genuine in the teams that are truly interested. And so I understand agents holding back on that. Medical information is something very serious that just because you have an opportunity to be drafted, your information shouldn't be spread all across the world just because you're at a combine. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but basically you just want a level playing field for everyone. And if we have that, it'll be better for everyone.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Huskies.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
Hey, you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Insanity.
Oh, he was a scary man at the defensive end with all those blocks. Even the shots he didn't get a hand on, he affected. He forced a lot of misses out there tonight.
Now, here's Green. From deep three-point range, poked loose.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.